Welcome back to Anchored in Paradise. First stop, Lošinj, an island of fresh sea air, pine forests, and harbors that feel alive from dawn till midnight. We'll swim in hidden bays, walk its waterfront, and taste the flavors that keep sailors coming back. Then we set course for Cres, wilder, quieter, with beaches that make you work a little harder to reach them and reward you the moment you arrive. 2 islands, 2 very different moods, and plenty to discover. Let's go! Mali Lošinj isn't actually that small. It's the largest town on the Croatian islands, a long curve of waterfront wrapped around one of the safest natural harbors in the Adriatic. From the sea, you see a sweep of red rooftops and church towers, with fishing boats and sleek yachts moored side by side. The town's story began in the 12th century as a small fishing village. By the 19th, it had become a shipbuilding powerhouse, home to some of the best sailors and captains on the Adriatic. Today, it's still a working town. Locals shop at the open-air market before breakfast. Fishermen unload their catch at dawn. And cafes fill early with regulars who know exactly which table gets the first sun. Stroll along the Riva and you'll pass olive oil shops, fishing nets drying in the breeze, and Lošinj's signature herbal remedies. Follow the waterfront path out of town and you'll discover beaches and pine-shaded promenades that seem to stretch without end. Traditional without feeling stuck in time. The kind of place where you arrive planning to stay a day and end up staying longer, caught by the rhythm of a harbor town that has always lived by the sea. On the northern side of Koludar's islet, just at the entrance of Mali Lošinj Bay, lies Uvala Engleza, English Cove, a quiet anchorage only accessible from the sea. Approaching by boat, the water shifts from deep sapphire to pale turquoise over a sandy bottom. Holding is excellent, and the bay offers shelter from most winds, a safe, easy place to drop anchor. There's no pier, no cafe, just stone, pine shade, and the kind of clear Adriatic water that makes you forget the time. Final score, 9.4. Shelter is superb. Water clarity is outstanding. The mood is hushed and private without feeling cut off. If it's not a perfect 10, it's only because beauty like this rarely stays secret. Uvala Engleza, English Cove, isn't just a safe stop. It's a place to linger, where the sea and the breeze set the day's only plan. On the southwestern coast of Lošinj, hidden behind a deep green canopy of pine, lies Krivica Bay, one of the island's most famous anchorages. The approach by boat is straightforward. Deep, clear water, a well-maintained buoy field, and protection from almost every wind. Even at the height of summer, when most buoys are taken, the bay holds its calm. Step over the side and you'll see why it scores so high. The sea is crystal clear, with visibility that makes snorkeling irresistible. And here's the remarkable part. Despite the number of boats moored here in peak season, the water and the shoreline remain spotless. No litter, no oil sheen, just the Adriatic at its best. Proof that careful management and respect from visitors make a difference. Final score, 9.8. For shelter, holding, water clarity, scenery, and atmosphere, Krivica is as close to perfect as an anchorage gets. It's not just a safe stop, it's a place that shows how beauty and use can live side by side without compromise. Just next to Veli Lošinj, in the small fishing harbor of Rovenska, life still moves to the rhythm of the sea. As boats sway gently at the pier and nets dry in the sun, the sea here isn't just something you look at. It's something you taste and breathe in.
The restaurant built my parents, thanks to them. Really hard work, but they did it. And they made the story and the net of the all fishermen from the Lošinj. That means we have some traditional connected with some fishermen that bringing us every day fresh scampi, fresh fish, and all other supplies from the sea. We are preparing this on the traditional way. We try to keeping the authentic, something from here, that people can feel it.
From there, it's all about pure flavor. Grilled fish that melts apart under the fork, and scampi so sweet.
The fish from grill, it's amazing. The scampi cannot be better. Someone saying that we have sweet sea because the scampi is so sweet.
The setting is part of the charm. The pier in front takes up to 15 boats, and some guests arrive by sea just in time to watch fishermen pull up with the day's catch.
Sometimes it's happening that fishermen actually bringing the fish on the pier and fish exactly going on the kitchen. The guest is, when guests see that, they say, oh, I wanted that. We sell it straight on the grill or on the buzara, doesn't matter, and they eat like we're talking about exactly from the sea, kitchen to table.
And while you're enjoying your meal, the scene is pure Lošinj. Boats rocking in the harbor, people laughing at the tables, the smell of the grill drifting over from the kitchen. And that one table that just got served a buzara everyone else is now staring at. Sail south from Lošinj and you'll find Ilovik, a small island that sailors have called the Island of Flowers for as long as anyone remembers. Approaching by sea, you pass through a narrow channel between Ilovik and its smaller neighbor, Sveti, where boats sway gently on moorings and the water glows a clear, shifting blue. The village is just a cluster of stone houses wrapped around the harbor, with gardens spilling over with oleander, roses, and bougainvillea. There are no cars here, just the sound of footsteps on the quay and the occasional hum of small boats heading out. For a sailor, Ilovik is more than a stopover. It's a calm anchorage with easy access to sandy coves, a place to restock on fresh bread and fruit or linger over a seafood lunch before catching the afternoon breeze. Leave in a hurry and you'll miss it. Stay a little longer and you'll understand why so many sailors do. On the southern shore of Ilovik lies Paržine Cove, a quiet bay with something rare for this part of the Adriatic, a natural sandy beach. From the boat, the water glows pale turquoise over soft sand, framed by rocky edges and a belt of pine trees. The holding is good and the bay feels well protected, except when the wind comes straight from the south. The pines behind the beach offer shade and a soft resin scent, perfect for a slow afternoon. The water is clear and shallow, ideal for swimming or drifting with a mask, watching small fish move between patches of seagrass. Despite being easy to reach, the place stays clean and pleasant. In summer, a few more boats might share the anchorage, but the relaxed atmosphere holds. Paržine isn't just a place to stop. It's a reminder that simple pleasures are often the best. On the southern tip of Lošinj, far from the crowd of towns and marinas, lies Pleski Cove, a wide open bay with water so clear it seems lit from beneath. Holding is good and the bay feels open but still offers shelter from most winds. It's the kind of place where you drop anchor and immediately want to swim. The shore is a mix of flat rock slabs and pebbled pockets, backed by low pines and brush that fill the air with the scent of resin. There's no cafe, no mooring field, just the sound of the sea and the occasional gull. Underwater, the visibility is superb. Snorkelers will find seagrass meadows alive with small fish, while the sandy patches make for a perfect lazy float. Even in the height of summer, Pleski manages to stay clean and inviting. Credit to those who visit and leave nothing behind. Final score, 9.4. Strong on scenery, flawless water clarity, and an easy, welcoming vibe. Pleski isn't a place you pass through. It's one you remember. Just a short walk from the heart of Cres town, Marina Cres combines the charm of a historic harbor with the comfort of a modern nautical base. With 440 berths in the water and another 70 on land, it can host everything from small cruisers to 50-meter yachts, all year round. Sailors approach through a marked channel with clear navigation lights and a speed limit that keeps the waters calm. Once inside, the setting is peaceful, sheltered from the wind, with the mast swaying gently against the backdrop of olive-covered hills. The marina holds a blue flag for its environmental standards, offers EV charging, wastewater collection, and even a sea bend to keep the sea clean. Facilities are top-notch. Fuel station, maintenance, laundry, market, ATM, and a choice of cafes and restaurants within the marina itself. For those who want to stay longer, there are comfortable apartments on site. Over the years, Cres has won numerous awards, not just for infrastructure, but for the warmth and professionalism of its staff. It's the kind of place where docking feels less like a stopover and more like arriving at a well-kept home port. Come to explore the island or simply to rest between journeys. Marina Cres makes you feel safe, well looked after, and right where you belong. Cres doesn't try to impress you all at once. It draws you in slowly, with the curve of its harbor, the warmth of stone facades, and the feeling that life here moves to its own steady rhythm. From the water, the scene is almost still. Pastel buildings mirrored in the bay, fishing boats swaying gently alongside visiting yachts. But step ashore, and the town comes alive. Narrow cobbled streets lead you past small shops and hidden courtyards, the air carrying a scent of fresh bread and grilled fish. Its history runs deep, from prehistoric hill forts and the Roman crepsa to the centuries under Venetian rule that left their mark in carved stone and graceful arches. Even Renaissance philosopher Franjo Petrić once walked the same streets. In the late afternoon, the light softens. The harborfront glows in warm tones, and the riva fills with people, locals greeting neighbors, children weaving between tables, and visitors settling in for dinner. Cafe terraces hum with conversation. Wine glasses catch the last of the sun. By the time the sky deepens into indigo, Cres feels both lively and intimate, a place where history and everyday life meet in the most natural way. For anyone seeing it for the first time, Cres leaves a lasting impression, not through grand gestures, but through moments that feel real, shared, and quietly unforgettable. On the western coast of Cres, far from the main roads, lies Sveti Blaž, a natural pebble beach where the approach is part of the reward. You can reach it by boat or on foot along a winding path through olive groves and low stone walls, with the scent of wild herbs carried on the breeze. The beach curves gently along the shore, backed by a strip of tamarisk and pine that offers spots of shade. Pebbles underfoot make the water entry easy, and once you're in, the clarity is striking. Every shell, every ripple on the sandy patches below is in sharp focus. There are no bars, no loungers, no noise, but the sea. It's the kind of place where you bring what you need and leave nothing behind. On calm days, the bay feels almost like a lagoon. When the wind picks up, the open horizon reminds you you're on the edge of the Adriatic. Final score, 8.2. Strong on scenery, water quality, and that rare feeling of being somewhere unspoiled. Slightly less accessible and without the comforts some might want, but for those seeking nature in its simplest form, Sveti Blaž delivers. Beneath the cliffside village of Lubenice, far below its stone houses and narrow lanes, lies Sveti Ivan, a sweeping pebble beach that feels like it belongs to another time. From above, the sea looks impossibly blue, fading from turquoise shallows to deep indigo. The beach curves in a gentle arc, backed by low scrub and framed by rugged headlands. Getting here is part of the story. By boat or on foot down a steep path that tests your legs but rewards your efforts the moment you touch the water. The pebbles are smooth underfoot, and the water clarity is exceptional. On calm days, it's a place for slow swims and floating under the sun. When the breeze shifts, small waves bring a rhythm that matches the wildness of the setting. There's nothing here but nature. No shade except what you make. No refreshments unless you bring them. That's part of its charm, and part of why it remains so clean. Final score, 8.4. High marks for scenery, water quality, and the feeling of seclusion. A little less for accessibility and comfort. But for those willing to make the journey, Sveti Ivan offers one of Cres's purest slices of coast. On the island of Cres, where tradition often survives through small, dedicated initiatives, one association has been nurturing a story for a quarter of a century. A story about a material that was once part of daily life for centuries: wool. Their work is not only about preserving craft, but also about creating new value from something that might otherwise be thrown away.
Pa evo, ruta postoji 25 godina.
Ruta has existed for 25 years. When we started, wool was the trigger, so that it wouldn't be thrown away. What could be made from it? Now, that process, washing the wool, carding the wool, and when we came to the point where it needed to be spun in order to be knitted, that's where we stopped. Because, I would say, that part of the tradition no longer exists. To spin, well, people still knit. I am a textile and clothing designer, but I don't know how to knit. So it's very interesting when I say that I work with wool and I don't even know how to knit. Ruta has also been very involved locally in some projects, but it was the wool that, as I say, pushed us forward and taught us a lot. From those early days grew a whole range of creative workshops and collaborations with local artists. Visitors today don't just come to see the finished products. They get to take part in the process, discovering how relaxing and fun it can be.
Ono što sam rekla na kraju je najzanimljivije da to probam.
What I said, in the end, the most interesting part is to try it yourself. Whether it's a simple little flower like this, or you can come to a more demanding workshop that lasts about 2.5 hours. I wouldn't say you need any special skill, maybe just a bit of patience and will. Literally like drawing, where you have a base with a colored wool and arrange your own pattern. And once that's ready, it's covered with a curtain, purely for practical reasons, so that when it gets wet and pressed, it doesn't stick to your hand. And so, from fibers the wind might have carried away, lasting souvenirs are born. A piece of Cres you can take home, along with the memory of creating something with your own hands. Cres has recently gained something it's been missing for a long time: a true touch of luxury.
Hotel has beautiful 49 rooms overlooking this beautiful bay and the Adriatic Sea. Also, next to the hotel, we have beautiful spa, 2 restaurants, beach concession on 2 beaches in front of the hotel. And what is really important, hotel is 12 plus, so adult friendly, and also dog friendly for all dog lovers.
Just a short stroll brings you to the old town, rich in history and full of character. While here, every detail is designed for guests to slow down and enjoy the view.
So all rooms are really luxury. The smallest room is 38 square meters and they go up to 75 square meters. When I said 38, every room has a balcony as well. So you have really enough space to enjoy this beautiful area in your holiday.
And just when you think the setting couldn't get any better, the experience moves from the balcony to the table. Here, the island's flavors are shaped by a master's hand, the executive chef, Alexander Kerekes, whose craft turns the freshest local ingredients into dishes that match the view outside. They cook with a light hand. Sugar is rare, and when used, it's only in the smallest amounts. The menu draws from Cres's wild herbs, each dish carrying the scent and flavor of the island. Even the olive oil is pure Cres, pressed and bottled especially for them. And tonight, that creativity unfolds in a slow food fine dining journey. 95% of the ingredients on our menu come from the island of Cres. We completed the story by engaging local artists, and one ceramic artist created plates for us featuring symbols of Cres. We have the Cres coat of arms, a relief of the island, a plate with pressed sage. All the plates are connected to the island. We also collaborated with artist Vesna from Ruta, who makes souvenirs for our guests crafted from Cres wool. 9 plates, each a chapter, together forming a story only this island could tell. By the end, you won't just have tasted Cres, you'll have experienced it. Just behind the village of Valun lies Zdovica Beach, a pebble shore that feels shaped entirely by nature. The pebbles are smooth and warm underfoot, shifting gently as you step into the water as clear as glass. It's an easy walk from the village, but still feels like a small escape, with the scent of pines in the air and the sound of the sea softening everything around you. The shore is narrow, sloping gently into the shallows, with visibility so good it tempts you to float, snorkel, or simply stand still and watch the fish pass by. Even in summer, when its small size means it can get busy, Zdovica stays impressively clean. No litter, no plastic, just turquoise water and the quiet rhythm of pebbles beneath the waves. Final score, 8. Top marks for setting, cleanliness, and easy access. Slightly less for space and summer crowds. But for anyone looking for a spot that says, "It's good you're here," Zdovica offers a warm welcome and a genuine Adriatic feel. On the western coast of Cres, the small harbor town of Martinšćica opens onto a long pebbled beach that blends the ease of a town setting with the clarity of the open sea. It's just steps from cafes, restaurants, and the marina, so you can start the day with coffee in the village and be in the water minutes later. The shoreline is a gentle curve of smooth pebbles, making for an easy entry into water that quickly turns that deep Adriatic blue. There's enough space here to swim, paddle, or simply float and watch the fishing boats come and go. The pines and tamarisks along the edge offer patches of shade, and the promenade makes it easy to wander between a swim and a drink. While it's not secluded, you're very much in the heart of the village. Martinšćica keeps its water impressively clean. Even in the busier summer weeks, the sea stays clear, the beach tidy, and the atmosphere relaxed. Final score, 8.4. High marks for cleanliness, access, and convenience. It loses a little on seclusion and pure natural feel, but for an easygoing swim with all the comforts nearby, Martinšćica is hard to beat. Deep inside Medulin Bay, surrounded by islands and sheltered waters, Marina Punat offers a calm base with a touch of Mediterranean charm. Renovated from the ground up in 2016, it's now a modern marina that still feels connected to its fishing village roots. There are 295 berths in the water and 14 on land, all protected from the open sea by the long reach of the bay. The approach is well marked, and once inside, you're greeted by a wide, open layout and the sight of white masts rising above the shoreline. Facilities cover everything a sailor could need: clean and spacious showers, a restaurant with a sunny terrace, a pool and pool bar, a small market, laundry, technical services, and a crane. There are green islands for waste separation, a blue flag for environmental standards, and a pumping station to keep the water as clear as the beaches nearby. Come here to explore Istria's coastline or simply to recharge in a quiet, well-run harbor. Marina Punat makes it easy to feel at home on the water. From vibrant city beaches to hidden natural gems and breathtaking coves, our rankings revealed where to enjoy the Adriatic at its finest this season. Among the city beaches, Podvrške on Murter claimed the top spot, a perfect mix of charm, accessibility, and crystal clear waters. In the natural category, Zlatni Rat on Brač once again proved why it's a timeless icon, with its ever-shifting golden cape. And when it comes to coves, the crown goes to Krivica on Mali Lošinj, a secluded turquoise paradise accessible only by boat or a scenic walk. But the journey doesn't end here. In our next episode, we set sail for the Kvarner Riviera, a coastline of elegant towns, historic harbors, and the more hidden beach treasures waiting to be discovered. See you on the shore.